Hey, welcome to the new meta, episode 79.
79.
Flawless start this week.
Yep.
No technical problems at all. We are, you know
None.
what? We're getting pretty good at this. We've done this a couple times now, you know?
Yeah. Flawless.
Professional podcast,
Really?
guys.
Really just flawless.
Everybody should model us, in all honesty.
Yeah,
and
true.
learn from our high quality. You know,
Yeah.
learn from our high
You know,
quality.
also, we should probably be in the right directory. Let me just change that real quick.
That's okay.
We're doing great, you know? Hey,
Good job
hey,
tonight.
PoE people. What's up, dude?
PoE people, we are an AARPG podcast that you guys can come watch too.
There you go.
You know, but welcome to episode 79.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
have some announcements this week, man. We got some good things. Do you want to announce now? You want to make them wait a little bit?
Let's just do it now. Let's just
All
do
right,
it now.
we'll just do it now. Okay, next week is obviously Christmas. Christmas is on Wednesday. Christmas Eve is Tuesday. So we are going to move the podcast from our normal scheduled time of Tuesday up a day to Monday. But since we're doing that, we got a special guest coming on Monday.
Yeah.
We got the man himself, Mr. Llama, is going to come on.
Yeah. The D2, the face of Diablo 2.
He's going to come on, and this is really awesome because I kind of thought about it during another podcast we had where I'm like, you know what? Let's see if I can get Llama on to argue his points about the trading. Do you remember that conversation we were having?
Yeah.
And as soon as I'm like, dude, I'm gonna reach out to him and see if he'll do it. So we've been talking back and forth, and he agreed to come on and do the podcast with us. So that's amazing. It's going to be a really fun episode. So that is Monday, the same time, just a day earlier.
Yeah.
So Monday at 10 p.m. Eastern, the 23rd of December, which is Monday. So come hang out for that one.
Yeah.
And then,
You have to pull me off of him a couple times, probably.
I mean, it's going to be good. I'm going to try to mediate this as best as I can. You know, maybe I should be in the middle this time. I'll be like, okay, let's do it.
Team.
Listen, stop, go.
Yeah.
You know, I'll have like a timer, a stopwatch or something. Like 60 seconds, boom, go.
Your time is up.
And it's we're gonna have some fun with this, man. I think it's gonna be a really fun episode.
Yeah.
And if you guys don't know who Llama is, he's super intelligent, very knowledgeable Diablo 2 player, like probably one of the best, if not the best. And his ideas are really convincing for some loot. So I'm excited to see this debate. It'll be fun. It'll be a good time.
Yeah.
Any other announcements? I think that was at the time. The schedule changed and Llama's coming on. So let's just jump into last week's poll, I guess.
Hell yeah. Let me pull it up.
Let's do it.
Boom. So last week's question, which is kind of interesting. Do you think Eggman should have been banned on Twitch for streaming the exploit live? Options: no, that seems a little extreme. And again, great spelling on extreme. Yes, but only temporarily. Or yes, permaban.
I would just like to point out Fluff makes the polls every week.
That usually do. Not this one.
I would say, I'm going to say that people are going to say, yeah, permaban. I just think that's the internet culture, man.
I don't know.
I just feel.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
Plus
there's probably a lot of people that vote on the poll that don't like really tune into Twitch. They just catch it on YouTube or one of the other platforms. So maybe.
I would say it's a little extreme, personally.
But this is Twitch. That's the key word here. Ban on Twitch for streaming an exploit.
It is in the TOS.
I know.
I would say temporary. You know, I think. Let's see. Let's see what people voted. What do you think?
I mean, yeah.
I'm conflicted.
Yeah,
I think
because
temporarily.
Honestly, if he had just done it the one time and it's like, okay, I got the 150 guys, and then did that, and that was it, no. But when he was like, I'm going to do it for every class, then it's like, okay, dude. chill out. So.
Yeah, you kind of know. Like, I mean, it's not unknown that you shouldn't stream exploits and things like that.
Sure. All right. The results.
Nope.
Most people agree with us. So 49% of the vote says yes, but only temporarily. 26% says no, that seems a little extreme. 25% of the vote says yes, permaban.
My God, could you imagine losing your Twitch account to a permaban for that?
That would suck, man.
That would super suck.
I'd be so emo.
Knowing how much work that goes in behind the scenes for any streamer, it's just
man.
That would suck so bad.
Do you follow King Kongor at all?
I don't even know who that is.
So he was a previous Diablo 3 streamer. I don't know if he still streams Diablo because he's on a different platform now because he got banned on Twitch. Now, I'm not saying he shouldn't have been banned because I think he said some racist shit and that got him banned. But like just seeing his tweets week after week where it's like, you know, it sucks streaming on other platforms. Like it, you know, I used to make a living doing this and like, so it's fucking terrifying. Like to not be able to stream on Twitch and not like take a deal, right? To go somewhere else like everybody else is doing, right?
Right. You're not getting that ninja deal, you know?
Yeah. That doesn't sound good. It sounds like a scary place out
there.
Yeah,
that's kind of the thing. As a content creator, you're at the mercy of the platform you've created your content on. So if you're a YouTuber, like if you get banned on YouTube and you're a YouTuber, the fuck are you going to do? There are no options. Like, what are you going to go to Vimeo? You know, like, no. So, you know, I don't know what you do. You're at the mercy, and that's scary, you know. But I guess as a worker, you're at the mercy of your employer. Too,
True.
You know.
True. But yeah, thought that was interesting. And then we'll do a poll for next week. This one I've been wanting to do for a while. I just keep like, I would always be like, oh, what was the thing we were going to talk about? And I just would forget week after week. But next week, what 2 classes should get the new sets for next season? Okay. So they said they're going to have basically 2 sets a season until they're all done. And then obviously there'd be one season where either there's 3 or there's just 1. Right. So we don't know.
Necro will be last. It's okay.
Don't influence the poll, okay, sir? But what 2 classes should get the new sets next? So Wizard, Barbarian, Necromancer, Witch Doctor, and Demon Hunter. So if you're like, why isn't Monk on this list? Because Monk got the new set, guys. Monk and
Can they
Crusader
vote 2 options?
Got the set. What? No, just 1. But like, what do you want the most? Obviously. Chill out. Chill the fuck. You're talking shit on my poll because you couldn't spell extreme?
It was a typo, man.
I'm just fucking kidding. All right. So yeah, go vote on that, guys. Let us know what you think. And then let's jump into the news. You know, one of the things they do year after year, and I'm sure you're familiar with it, the Darkening of Tristram.
What is that? Tell me about it. I've never seen it.
It's a thing they do. I don't even like what's it to celebrate? It's like the Diablo anniversary. I don't even remember anymore.
To celebrate Diablo 1?
Something.
2? Is it 2? It's 2, right?
No, it's 1 because it's the.
Is it?
Yeah.
The graphics look so bad I can't tell.
Yeah, so then like you get thrown into an old Diablo game, but inside Diablo 3, and then you get the Red Soul gem or Red Soul Shard, legendary gem.
I think it was 2. I think it's 2.
No idea.
I don't
Chat
know
doesn't know either. We're all just guessing.
Right.
But yeah, and so I mean, it's cool. Like if you've never done it,
it is cool the first time. Yeah, for sure.
If you've never done it, and then if you get a special pet for like going in there with like a brand new character, which is a better way to do it, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're not changing anything with it though. They're just bringing it back.
There's a lot of grind if you don't have the things.
How many years?
So you can get a pet.
Is this the 3rd year they've done it?
At least 3, maybe 4.
Yeah, maybe 4.
Maybe 4. You get a cow pet. You get 2 portrait frames, an angel and a demon. And you get the gem that goes in your helmet that shoots the fire circle. And then you get what else do you get? And you get a transmog, right? I think that's it.
Yeah.
So those are the things you can unlock.
Yeah.
It's fun the first time until you realize what you have to do to unlock all the things, like killing all the named enemies.
Or can't they just like add more to it? I don't know. Like every year, maybe add just a little bit more. Like it's really the code's there to like just run it in the shitty graphics or I don't know.
Yeah, turn on shitty graphics mode.
I don't know. And maybe one of these years look at the Red Soul Gem because it's actually terrible.
Maybe one of these years you'll get it, you said?
No, maybe look at it. Like make it less, make it usable, right? And
make it cool. I see. Yeah. I mean, for that one season, you could use it that one season.
Yeah, or since What? Is it activatable in season? I don't think so.
I think so.
I don't know.
I think if you take a seasonal character, you
But
can
I
get
wouldn't care. Like, season's ripped, kind of. Like,
Yeah.
that's
I don't
OP
care
as
either.
F. So, like, non-season, like, why can't they have a gem maybe that we don't get in season? I don't know. If Red Soul Gem was good, I wouldn't really be offended. That I wouldn't. Be
I
able to
wouldn't
get in
care
season.
because unless it was in the season, I would never use it anyways.
But then again, if you're like a brand new player, like, oh, what's this Diablo 3 game? And you play in March, and you're like, how do we get that? And it's like, oh, I have to wait until next year.
Until January.
Yeah. I don't know.
So maybe they can make it a more scheduled event.
Sure.
Maybe every 2 months or a month or something. They throw it in for a weekend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, hey, it's Tristram weekend or whatever.
Something.
You know?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. Flip a switch.
It could be the kill streak gem since they're giving every theme season into a gem now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's cool. It's a cool event if you've never done it. It's I do wish there was more to it, but that's just me wishing for content,
True.
So
Same.
yeah,
But yeah.
Did we talked about Eggman already, didn't we?
Not yet. So, we talked about him last week, and then he was our poll for this week. So, Eggman, if you guys didn't know, he is the guy that, exploited and got banned off of Twitch, which is really strange, really, because, I don't know, it's obviously not that hard, so it would probably just be a number of people reporting him in chat, but pretty extreme and kind of scary. But it turned out to be a 1-week ban. So we did confirmation, and both of his accounts in Diablo were banned permanently.
Really?
Yeah. So, rip.
So did he get?
But he is on
one?
Diablo 3 right now.
He's on right now. Yeah. So I'm like, you just buy another one?
Brand new account, just going again. Which I called it. I mean, I said exactly what he'd do. Why wouldn't he? And it was exposure for him, really, if anything. I mean, he's got more viewers now than he probably on his own he's ever had. So,
yeah.
I mean, it's kind of smart, I guess. If you look at the whole thing, other than like he's got strikes on his account with Twitch now.
Yeah, well, that goes away after 90 days.
Sure.
So just don't fuck up for 90 days. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall.
Right. You got put back together, kind of, on a new body, but that would really suck to lose your account.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
I mean, so all that.
But it made me go back and reread the terms of service.
Okay.
For Blizzard, specifically Diablo.
Any juice in that terms of service?
Well, yeah, really. Really, I mean, the way it reads is, I mean, Blizzard can legit ban you for anything they fucking want, and they don't even have to tell you why. It doesn't say, it doesn't even, there's no, literature that's like, oh, it's only if you, do something that's, like botting or having some exploit. No, it's like, we can fucking ban you. If we don't like the way your face looks, right? So Blizzard could ban me at any second. Really. And
the
not even
Diablo 2 ugly ban.
I don't like that he keeps calling himself that ban.
Right, ban.
So, yeah, I found that to be pretty interesting.
They may not have known that. You might have just told them, and now they're like, oh, really?
Is the channel still up? Are we still live streaming?
We can ban this asshole? Click. Shit, why didn't anybody tell us?
Oh, rip stream, guys. Right. But yeah, so that's super interesting. But then I started looking more, and I found this post, this recent post from Nevelissus that's basically saying never go into detail. If you're reporting a hack or cheating that anything against the terms of service, you got to email us. If you post what the problem is on the forums, we'll fucking ban you. And to me, that's why? What if player X is like, oh no, this terrible thing's happening, I must tell Blizzard, and so they make this really nice forum post that details of this is what's happening and this is how you fix it, or this is at least all the details so you guys can fix it, and then they just get fucking banned because they didn't know that hacks@blizzard.com was I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah. I think they would probably look into that and say, all right, dude, hey, this is the right way to do it. We deleted your post, blah, blah, blah. I would hope. if they're repeatedly like, they deleted my post. Listen, guys, this is how you do it. You know, I can see it. I don't know.
It's a bit harsh.
Yeah.
But yeah, so be careful, team, if you're reporting things. Don't do it on the forums, apparently. You have to email hacks@blizzard.com, which is a interesting way of doing things. Since there isn't an in-game thing, right? Like it's...
Yeah. I wonder, so if it's hacks at Blizzard, that's not specifically D3 hacks. Mm-hmm. So does every Blizzard game use that same thing? Because I feel like it would get buried. I feel like they'd be like, "Oh, this is for Diablo 3."
Right?
Don't care.
Yeah, Diablo 3. Anything with Diablo 3 in the title of the email just goes to the junk.
Yeah, it's just like, "Oh, send this to like Sean, who likes it." He's like that dude from Office Space who works in the basement with the stapler. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Milton or whatever his name was. Send it to Milton. Tell him,
man. Maybe. But yeah.
So, yeah.
Just speaking, a lot of things to look at. But in all essence, like on all seriousness, so they banned the 150 clear from Eggman. Like good on you. Mm-hmm. Good job. It was great to see them act fast. Again, and I think you and I agreed on this last week. I think that to us, like this is trivial. Like I don't really care that much. It's mostly the botters that we all just want to see banned. So I'd love to see that same kind of passion and excitement to really, ban people and nail people to the wall. I'd love to see that same passion for the botting. But now we have legitimate 150 clears happening with the new seasonal theme. So Wudijo got a 150 EU on Crusader, like playing legit with the new shizzle. There's also
look at all that progress. That is absolutely insane.
Yeah, and then he spawns angels, and the angels kill the guy in 18 seconds. Not even 18 seconds, like 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's like
So, good job, Wudijo. By the way, if you guys don't follow Wudijo,
that's crazy. Yeah, the reason we're hesitating is we're watching the video.
Yeah.
So if you guys are listening to the audio version, we had the video in the background, and he just did like 35% of the rift in like 15 seconds. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
So that's insane.
Yeah.
So.
And then there's a 150 barb in NA that did it as well. So
it's the seasonal theme. So I think before people freak out about barb's so OP, Crusader's so OP.
Sure.
It's the seasonal theme did this.
Right.
Like if you're watching the video, the seasonal theme, the meteors melted a ridiculous pack of trash where you had like 50 orbs. And then the angels killed the Rift Guardian. So next season, this might still be possible, but not in the form that it's being done right now. Today.
Yeah.
So don't start depending on Nerf Crusader, Nerf Barb.
Depending on what the seasonal theme is next season.
Well, I'm afraid that they're gonna like give us a really shitty theme now because they're gonna be like, well, we can't give them power because they clearly the guys that are really good.
I don't know, man.
Fucking destroy shit with it.
I feel like. Let me know what you think about this. So I feel like, I have this impression sometimes, we do this podcast, right? And we're on Twitch streaming all the time. And sometimes I feel like we have, our finger on the pulse, right? If you will.
Yeah.
But then I go to Reddit and then I'm like, no, we have no clue. Because like everyone's loving it and, they make their goblin tweet or Reddit posts and like, and well, there's something we're going to talk about a little bit later in the schedule. But sometimes I feel like, man, I have no idea really what the whole Diablo audience,
what the whole community was. Well, how does Blizzard get that info? How do you think? Like, to me, if I'm Blizzard, how am I going to get feedback? I'm going to hang out in streams. I'm going to watch YouTube videos. I'm going to read forums. Like, what other method do they have for the casual player? Data metrics, maybe.
Yeah, I would think that would be the best one, right? The population.
Yeah, they're going to say, okay, we had the XYZ population this season, and it lasted. What percent greater than any other season. So this is a good or bad season, you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
But I do feel that they're going to, this is going to be like probably the most overpowered season we ever have.
Yeah.
I hope it's not. I hope that they keep giving, like, it's fun, man. It's fun to get toys and new things. And people quit the season fast anyway. I mean, the season for most people is like 3 to 4 weeks.
Sure.
And that's about what we got out of this. 3 to 4 weeks, engagement's dying like it always does, and then 2 months later, we'll get a new season. People come back, you know?
Yeah, I get it.
I hope the cadence is different for PoE, man. I really feel like the PoE launch
It's too
the
close.
week after,
It's
2
too
weeks
close,
after.
yeah.
That needs. I really
Here's the
hope that
thing.
these guys can get the cadence worked out to where they're like a month and a half apart.
And
Boom.
it's not,
You know?
PoE needs to get their cadence right. PoE knows their cadence, and they stick to it. It's Diablo that needs to get their cadence to be.
I hope they do,
lined
man.
up.
I hope they do.
Guys,
And,
I know
like
you're
it's like
listening.
if PoE announces like we're gonna have our season on X, Y, to Z date, and then Blizzard's like, fuck, we were gonna launch that day, or we were gonna launch the next weekend or whatever. Like, give us an extra beta test. Like, you know, like
Sure.
say, hey, we're testing.
PTR, yeah.
You just throw the same test back and say, hey, we're just testing something one more time. We're getting some feedback.
You know, change one of the sets. Change to 0, right? Like,
yeah,
something
like
super safe.
Push it back a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And I think that it just gets this I have to play this or that away.
Right.
And it's like people can play both and enjoy both.
Yes.
But right now I really feel like this, especially this season, once that league hit in PoE, it was people like, damn, I want to play this season, but I really want to play this new PoE content.
Yeah.
And so they were in this battle, and I think PoE won most of the battles. Most of the people that were like interested in PoE were like, fuck it, I'm gonna go play PoE. You know?
I think that's always like if the PoE league had been like not good, then it probably wouldn't have. But we'll get into that in a minute. But
yeah,
for sure.
So
and that was my plan too. Like you would ask me last week, like, what's your plan? I was like, well, I'm going to do the hardcore until I die, and then I'm going to go back and play more Diablo until they work out all the bugs, and then I'll go back to PoE. Like, but it's just like it's too fun playing new things. It just really is at the end of the day. So I do hate the past 2 leagues and seasons they've just lined up within a week, within 2 weeks. This time, 3 weeks. So I'd love to see that month and a half stagger that we always talk about in every podcast.
yeah, that would be. I mean, even if it's not even just a month, if we like 4 weeks is a good cadence.
Yeah.
But I think that, it's like seems silly for like Blizzard to adjust their release based on PoE. Fuck that. You know what I mean? Like this ego thing and stuff like comes into play, and it's just like, man, I really hope that if there are ways to adjust that one of the sides will do it.
I think
you know what I mean?
if ego comes into play, like, I don't know. At the end of the day, it's because Blizzard has been so wishy-washy with their own schedule that they've lined up, period, right? Like, PoE is like, these are the months. Like, we always know. It's a static thing. It's never like, oh, this league's going to take 1 more month.
Don't you think?
Yeah, 1 week, always.
Always within 1 week. So we know that whatever the next league is going to, like, you can predict it within a week.
Yes.
That's
Whereas
awesome.
Diablo's never been that way, right? Like Diablo will go over.
Yeah.
Diablo one time went under, right?
Well,
like,
they gave us the schedule once, but then I think problems came up and they were like, "This was stupid."
We couldn't
now
stick to it, right? Sure.
Now people are pissed off at us for not sticking to it, and it's like, I get that too. So,
but anyway,
yeah.
And then we talked about it last week, but he keeps the juice going.
This guy,
our boy Matty, going wicked hard on the forums.
Chatty Matty is tearing up the forums, man. He's killing it, man.
Yeah,
It's honestly to the point where I have the blue tracker up on my PC. I don't even close the window. I just, in the middle of my stream, at some point, I'll come hit F5 and refresh and like, okay, what did we get today? Because it's like daily. It's daily shit, man.
Multiple daily. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's good. I love the communication. I think it's super awesome.
But the 2 most interesting things he noted this particular week from the last podcast is one, and this one's kind of vague, but I think it's promising, right? So someone asked, D3 devs, please buff Juliana set and supporting legendaries. And he replies, we'll be taking a look at all the sets and balancing as we go throughout the patches. I'm sure we'll hit Juliana's and make sure it's in line. Thanks for reaching out. So, that's I mean, we assume that we would get more balance, but like it's good to hear that, like, okay, they are continuing to look at the numbers and
exploding palm monk is Juliana's right. Yeah, pretty sure. Yeah. So all you exploding palm monks, there you go.
Rejuicing.
It's a fun build. We'll see.
Oh my gosh, it's so fun. It's my favorite monk build by far.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It's very satisfying to just watch the entire screen blow up.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
Yeah. It's this or LTK, I should say, actually. If they could lock Sun Wuku
Lashing Tail Kick is fun, yeah.
to LTK, buff Yuliana, and then lock Wave of Light to, like, I don't know, Inez, whatever the community wants. Like, whoever, between Sun Wuku, you know, Inez,
Just split them up,
LOD,
right.
whatever you like the best, you know, keep that one.
Lashing Tail Kick in its prime was so fast for doing speeds.
Oh, yeah.
It was amazing. I loved it. I'm with you on that.
But yeah.
Okay.
And
what else did
so
he
that
give
was
us?
Super Post. And this one was like kind of, I don't really know. Okay, so let me explain the situation. So someone posted like, well, the Barb did, you know, 142 on non-season in 12 minutes with like plus 10K plus Paragon. So Matt originally says, hey folks, just came in there to chime. At 10,288 Paragon, the specific Barb is plus 1 GR over the proposed balance of the game. Looks like an absolute fantastic design and balance to us. Thanks for pointing out someone who has immense dedication and awesome gear.
Now, hold on. Before we go any further, can you highlight that last line for me? I'm going to translate for everybody out there. What this says is, thanks for pointing out someone who has immense dedication and awesome gear. Okay, in real terms, it says, thanks for pointing out a botter who has full primals and 10,000 Paragon. Fuck yeah, man. That's 100% what he's saying. He's saying dude is a fucking botter. But he can't say that. He can't put him on blast.
The way I read it,
Yo, man, he's 100% saying thanks for pointing out a botter is what he's saying.
The way I read it was like, why are you complaining? This guy has like 10K fucking Paragon and immense like gear and all that shit.
Too.
Like,
that's in there too.
That's how I read it.
No, part of that is like the immense dedication. That's to me, immense dedication means this motherfucker's played 23 hours a day, every day. So I don't know, man. You know, I'm gonna give a little wink at that one. I know what you're doing there, sir.
But then it goes on later. So first, it's like, well, he's like, you know, 10,000 Paragon, 1 GR over the proposed balance of the game. So a 141 at 10K Paragon is 141 is the expected solo GR. Like, I didn't really understand that part. So
I think that's what they thought the balance would be. They probably have some formula.
But then lock that down, he says, you know, Crusader is plus 5 GRs over the expected of that, you know, 10K. So again, he's kind of driving home the 141. So apparently at 10K Paragon, their dream is to have every class be able to do 141. So whatever that scales back to, you know, at like 2K Paragon, I don't really know, but
I'm not sure either. I'm sure there's some kind of maths involved there, hopefully. So
interesting.
Okay. I mean, at least they have a benchmark that they're trying to get people to, and 10K Paragon is unrealistic as hell.
Absolutely.
I mean, you know, so to even try to balance that is just stupid at this point. I think. So let's say non-season.
Yeah.
Let's say let's have two points here. Non-season, what would you balance Paragon at, and seasonal, what would you try to balance Paragon at? Seasonal, I think, is pretty easy. I think 2K should be your bar. At 2K,
I think 3K.
This is where I want people at.
3K now.
3K?
Yeah, 3K is like your upper echelon.
Okay.
2K
and
is
then
like
out of season,
middle upper.
Like,
yeah. And then non-season, like, what do we care? Never balance the game around
how do you
non-season.
how do you even balance that? It's like
you don't care about
if somebody's
non-season.
been playing for years, like they're gonna have crazy power.
Yeah,
you know?
can't care about non-season. You just can't.
I would agree though. I would try to balance things around. I think 3K is probably pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
People are gonna smash that this season. I feel like.
Oh,
I mean, they probably already are.
Yeah,
so,
they are. Yeah.
You know, we still got 2 months of season left.
That's crazy.
We might see 5K season characters, man.
Yeah.
Insane.
It's cool though. You know, honestly, the number one thing they can accomplish every season is a meta shift, and they definitely did that. Right?
Yeah.
Like a fully geared rat run
yeah.
is really, really fucking good. Probably still the best, but like the ease of getting into the new meta is probably way faster. So
yeah, I agree with that. I think that the new meta is better. The new meta is better. The new meta is better for it's extremely undergeared players can get into it.
Yep.
And I think it's got a lesser skill gap too.
100%.
It's not as hard to play.
Way harder.
Yeah, when you're doing the rats in a rat run, you have to watch where you're standing. You can't stand in dumb shit and die, and it's so gear dependent and augments and all that. And like the whirlwind meta is just like, okay,
spin.
I'm just gonna fall asleep spinning and stuff dead, you know.
And the Crusader's so tanky too, so it's like it's harder because you have to stutter step and whatever, but like it's so tanky that like it's not that
the stutter stepping thing kind of sucks, man.
Yeah, I agree.
I wish they would remove stutter stepping, but I think that man, this is hard to say. I think that they need to consider looking at the damage level, the output, if they remove stutter stepping. If they find a way to fix stutter stepping, should they compensate for that loss of damage?
Yes, and I'll tell you.
And I think so too.
Yeah, but I think they should go even further, right? So I think Holy Shotgun should be an LOD build. I don't think it should be the new build because we've had Shotgun Crusader before.
So you want that rune?
I want them. Yeah, I want them to not alter the rune because I don't want to kill Holy Shotgun because it is a fun build. But alter it in the set somehow so that like we're back to like maybe a Fist of Heavens play style that uses Rays of Heaven from the sky. I think it's just a better and more unique and something we.
I thought it was cool when we thought the Fishers were going to kill stuff.
Yeah.
When Fishers were lighting up the screen and just shit was just dying everywhere, that was pretty cool. Yeah. Not going to lie.
True.
But yeah, I agree with that, man. Redesign the set again to make it back to the Fishers.
It wouldn't take much. Yeah.
But you got to keep something else in there because that play style is a little boring. So you need to keep Fist of Heavens or something.
Heaven's Fury with the beams.
Heaven's Fury, sorry, yeah. To do something.
Sure. I had like falling sword in there somewhere too, but that's just me.
Yeah, that's the one where you pour it up in the air and then you come smashing down. Yeah. That is cool.
And it's in the hammer set, but just thematically it doesn't fit. It fits more thematically with the Heaven set, but that's just my opinion.
I'm with you, and then make a Legacy of Dreams set for
Legacy
Holy
of Dreams
Shotgun.
for Holy Shotgun. Absolutely.
I agree. I think that's a good idea.
But yeah, so I found that to be really interesting. So apparently, whatever that means, I'm curious. Like if someone in here is good at the maths, like if they're expecting a solo 141 clear at 10K Paragon, what does that mean for 3K? Like what's the balance level? SVR, are you here?
SVR, where you at?
True.
I don't know, man. It's I would say like probably 130. It's got to be in the 30. You got to drop 10 greater lifts or more.
I think that's dangerous, though. I think that they should. I don't know. The 120 mark to me is safer because it keeps people away from that 150 mark even more.
Yeah, there's more room.
Yeah,
right. It doesn't matter. Like, okay, let's say that. So people are so upset. Like, oh man, people are getting 150s. Like, okay, so let's say you drop it 10. And everybody's down 10 GRs. You're still going to be like, dude, he got a 140. You know what I mean? Like, it's not.
Yeah, but it's not the cap anymore, right? Like, they can't go higher. That's what really sucks to me.
Yeah.
And and honestly, and we saw this last week, right? So many people were saying, oh, season's fucking dead. Someone hit a 150, right? And like, I feel like that's how a lot of people feel, even though like that. For 99% of players, that's not going to be you. You're not that person doing a 150. But like, that still feels like, I guess there's really nothing to achieve anymore because people are doing 150s, and that's the highest thing you can possibly do. So season's over. I don't get the mentality,
mindset.
Right? But
me either.
There's obviously something to that.
It's like to relate it to another game. Let's say you're doing mythics, and wow. Sure. Oh, method cleared mythic, whatever raid they're on. Mm-hmm. Game's over. Like, no, it's not over.
Right.
Like, have you done it? No. Okay. Well, then you keep on working at it.
But
and then when you get yours done, then you can be like, okay, I'm bored now. Oh, I get that. All right. If you've done a 150 and you're bored, I get it. Mm-hmm. So.
But I mean, there's something to that. Like some people live through streamers, right? Like some people like, I don't have a ton of time to play the game. I'm just gonna watch, ThaPChild or Quinn or Fluff play the season, and like if they're able to do some crazy shit, then that's how I get my enjoy. I don't know, but it's definitely a thing. Like, and you saw it just as much as I did.
Yeah.
And then I saw this post, right? So this is what I allude back to. All right. So, we feel like sometimes we really have our finger on the pulse because we're in it every day. And, like we do these podcasts and we have to research a ton of shit and blah, blah, blah. And we're talking to the community all the time. But so there's this one post, 250 upvotes on Reddit. And he says, like, basically, am I alone in this?
Yes. Oh, wait, sorry.
But he's like, D3's simplicity is what keeps me playing. And he goes on to touch on, like, I've tried PoE. It's too complicated, obviously. That's something we hear week after week. But yeah. And so, like,
I agree to an extent on a very small level. I would say for a lot of people, I think complexity can scare them away from the game.
Sure.
And I get that. Maybe that's why I fell in love with Lost Ark so fast, because combat just felt so good and natural. Sure. And PoE might have turned me off because it did seem like, what the hell is going on? Mm-hmm. So I can see that a little bit. Mm-hmm. But the ending part that says is what keeps me playing, I don't agree with. Like, the simplicity might get you hooked, but that's not what keeps you playing.
Sure. You know, one of the things I'm curious your opinion on, and he says it in this, and Wolfcrier actually alluded to it last week. Like, he said something like in the very first couple of minutes of the podcast that was like, what? But basically in this thing, he says basically like, I come back to the game after a few months, like Path of Exile, and like it's a totally different game, and I hate that. Like, and to me that blows my mind, because I'm like, can you imagine coming back to Diablo after 3 months and it's like there's just so much new stuff that you feel like I don't even know this game anymore? Like, that doesn't feel like a negative thing to me at all. That feels fucking amazing.
As long as it's good stuff, then sure. Yes. Like, I agree. I think that you need a break from your game. Whatever your main game is, I don't think it's possible for that developer. I don't care how much content they give you. I just don't think that it's like you're gonna get. You're not going to be satisfied forever with it. Mm-hmm. You need something else in your life. You need a side chick is basically what I'm saying. So, but it would be nice to come back and have Diablo be like, what the fuck? What's going on? Yeah. What is all this stuff?
Can you imagine?
And all these new things to play. Like, could I imagine if like this, let's say, for example, this season, we got Crusader, Monk, and Barb all got changed and juiced up for those one sets, right? Each class got their set. What if they would have done Demon Hunter, Witch Doctor, Necro, and Wizard in the same thing, all of those classes? Then this season, you're like, dude, I really don't know what I want to play. I'm going to roll alt. I'm going to roll alt. I'm going to roll, like, every week, like, I'm rolling a new alt. I want to play this now. I want to play that. Mm-hmm. And then next season, they do the same thing again. It would be,
it'd be dope.
It's crazy. It's craziness. And that's just talking about classes. Like, we're not talking about in-game systems or mechanics or any of those things.
Right. Like, D3 could just get carried by balance changes.
By class, yeah.
For now. Like, I don't know what they expect the life of D3, like, how much further they want it to go. But, like, at least for another year, you could just do the balance changes in one new set for every class, like you promised already. And, like, it's enough juice for, like, 1 month seasons to me.
I think they can carry, like, 2 more years on this. Like, they could probably carry till Diablo 4 comes out. But, and I think the end of the second year is going to be carried by Diablo 4 hype.
Sure.
Because by that time, hopefully the train has left the station and we're all just going to be playing just like, I can't wait. Yeah.
You know what I really hope for? And this is like just a dream, right? And this has been a dream of mine for a really long time. Like the swan song of Diablo 3, where they can honestly walk away from the game. And like I said, every set has one build that'll push, the leaderboard, and they're all within like a few GRs because they've done so much number tuning over the next year, the next 2 years, whatever. Mm-hmm. That every set is GR capable of like almost the same level, like very, very close. Like they're obviously not going to perfect it. That's very hard, and it's different for every player. But that, like, I would walking away from D3 at that point, like, what a great game. Like, so you left Diablo 3, and it's like most perfect form. I don't know how much
every set is a little bit lower, but that one set's in balance.
No, every set.
Like let's take Demon Hunter for example. So you got Shadow Impale and Multi-Shot, and Natalia's. Okay, we'll just say those 3 sets.
Yeah.
And you're saying at the end, like, let's say Crusader's best set pushes a 131.
Yeah.
And then you're saying like, okay, I want Shadow Impale, Multi-Shot, and Natalia's to all do a 131?
Yes.
Or you're saying just one of those sets?
No, I'm saying all of them. I'm saying
Yeah,
not get within the exact same
balance.
GR level, but like at least within 3. Within 3.
Right.
The dream.
Yeah.
So like every set can do it. Every one build from every set. That's what I'm saying.
I think the dream to me would be, I agree the balance is really important. I think also for 4-player and speed metas, there needs to be alternatives that are super capable. Like example, I would say that Rats and Whirlwind meta are competitive. Like either one is competitive, right? So if you wanted to play a Necro, you could do Rats. And if you wanted to play, Crusader, you could do Whirlwind. But every class needs to have a role in those metas. There needs to be a 4-man push meta that includes every class, and there needs to be a speed meta that includes every class. That way you can play whatever you want to play and still farm the gear you want.
True.
Yeah.
Like how can we keep changing the game?
Because like you don't have to break Whirlwind right now. You can leave it. And just like you didn't break Rats. Like people, I'm telling you, man, people are still bitching for Rats to get broken. And the number one complaint or the number one thing I see is add a cooldown to Reaper Wraps. If you add an internal cooldown to Reaper Wraps, Rats are done. And I'm like,
or kill the globe generation. That's so much easier. If you want to kill rat runs, you just kill the globe generation of land.
I said that too, but apparently, like, I don't know. Apparently that works for something else too. I don't know. I'm with you on that too, but why? You don't have to break it. Like Whirlwind meta still works great, and now we have Rats. So now there's an alternative. So then next season or 2 seasons from now, give us a third speed meta,
right? But the
don't
problem
break
is
the ones we have, and then now we have 3 alternatives, and then like you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm with you, and I totally agree. But the problem is we already know Crusader's going to get hit, so the meta is going to shift. I don't think that. I think the Whirlwind might make it through, and so now it's just going to be who's the new
nerf
RGK.
The Crusader stutter step, I think Crusader could still be viable in speeds at least. Maybe not
if
the
they
4-man
nerf
meta.
If they nerf the animation cancel, like it's literally dead. Unless they go back and shift the set up a little bit, it's fucking dead without this. Without this.
Yeah, stutter step adds a lot of damage, man. I hope they'll consider that when they.
Because we're talking about like you can get pow pow pow. That's the rhythm without stutter step, but it's
it's
with stutter step, like it's totally different. So it's dead without the animation cancel. But again,
I hope that they'll take that into consideration when they do it. And there'll hopefully be a PTR for it, and we'll get to test it and see. But that's part of it, though. I don't think that they want people running 150s. Yeah. So if they neuter stutter step and it kills it, and then in turn it kills 4-man metas, I don't think they're gonna have a problem with that. And just like I think Bazooka Wizard's gonna get they tried to axe it this season, but they swung and missed. So I think they're gonna take another chop at that too.
Yeah. For sure.
And Crusader, I think without the stutter step, I still think RGKs would still be viable in 110s or 115s.
No.
I think the damage is still there.
No,
you don't?
No.
You don't think it's there?
Without the stutter step? No, it's fucked. But again, like if they're they're going to have to nerf it in some way, regardless, because they already said that it's like just a little too strong. So then if they say they nerf it back and maybe they don't change up the set, like it's just going to be the shotgun set now, and it'd probably be fine, right? Like if they nerf it just a little bit, it'll still be great for speed. But here's the thing: is if they actually like nerf it proper, but maybe they get it wrong, like the meta's not really effectively dead because something could rise up as the new RGK in that group. Like it's not that the Crusaders carrying the group.
The Whirlwind's doing most of the work.
Exactly.
The Ren Barb is doing most of the work.
Exactly.
So you just got to kill the Rift Guardian in a timely manner.
Sure.
So an Impale could not really fill that role yet. Not really, but
Yeah, but something else would just rise up basically at the end of the day. So
I mean, Witch Doctor needs something, man. Throw those guys a bone, dudes.
Witch Doctor had so much meta play. Crusader, I would feel worse if Crusader gets pulled back out of the meta because this is the second time Crusader's ever been in the meta, and the first time as the DPS. So I would feel more bad if Crusader gets yanked out.
I'm just saying nobody wants to play Witch Doctor ever, so they should get some.
And they should embrace that and just never buff it. Like, who cares? Just let it die. Just let it die, dude.
Just replace it. Oh man, all the Witch Doctor hate right now. If you guys like Witch Doctors, make sure you downvote the video. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
We just give witch doctors a hard time.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you see that, and you're like, okay,
We got into a
maybe
side rant, but yeah.
we're not super in touch, right? And then
I think there's a lot of casuals, yeah.
yeah, and then you see like this one, and it's not a huge post, but it just like it got me thinking, right? Because I just see this stuff week after week, and I heard this video this week, and I want to tell you about this. So this guy posts like, I feel the game works against you. I've done like 300 rifts. I've used like 100k shards. I can't get any ancients. And like I can't progress, right? Like I can't, and I feel like the game's working against me. I'm so burned out. And to me, this is crazy burned out because, the reason we get burned out is that like we get fully ancient, we get fully ogged, and then we push, and then we're like, okay, now what, right? Like we're bored, we just grind main stat. Like what's the point? Like that's the grind, the burnout for us. But then like, for this guy, the burnout is something completely different.
Like 280 riffs is like the first week for me.
Yeah.
If that, So like I get it, man. It's just the casuals are there, and there's a different classification because I don't consider myself a hardcore player. I don't really. I play.
What would you call
4 hours a day.
This is a great point. What would you call yourself? So you play 4 hours a day. What would you consider yourself?
I would say high mid tier.
Okay.
I would say okay. I would say semi hardcore maybe.
Okay.
What's the step below that?
Okay. So to answer that, I want to talk about something I saw this week, right? So Riker made a Diablo 4 review, and Riker is by far and away on YouTube the most popular Diablo content creator by a long shot, and he referred to himself in the video as a upper middle class player. So like to me that's like kind of under hardcore, right? Because he plays 7 to 10 hours per week. So and I think he's probably got his finger on the pulse of that casual crowd pretty well, and so that he's got the biggest subscriber base of anyone on YouTube. So that's probably the majority. And so when I hear him say like 7 to 10, and he's the upper middle class, to me it's like, what? Like you barely even play. Like that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like that's like casual to me. But
I would say 8 hours or less a week is definitely casual. So if he's on the 7 side, I think that's casual. I would say probably 8 to 15 is like semi casual. Like,
but is it? We're wrong, maybe.
I don't know. And then I would say like anything. I would say to be hardcore, you got to put in a full work week. You got to do 40. Okay.
40 hours. Okay.
I mean, if you're like upper echelon, if you're top tier hardcore, pro player, right? You're doing 40 hours. A pro player, that means that is your job.
Yeah.
Okay, 40 hours.
Yeah.
The tier under that is what? Semi hardcore?
Yeah, upper middle class, according to Riker.
Okay, upper middle class. I would say that's probably 20 to 30. So maybe 30 to 40 is hardcore, and then 20 to 30 upper middle class.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I just found it fascinating.
I don't know,
we don't need to categorize. I just thought it was super interesting to, I don't know, just hear someone.
So if I do 4 hours a day, and then I usually do like 8 on Fridays. So,
what does that calculate to?
We'll just say like 28 hours a week.
If you're streaming Diablo every night, which
I'm doing
when's the last
Diablo.
time you did Diablo every night?
The last couple weeks, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, so last night was the first night I played something different.
Okay.
For a little bit. But, it was 20.
Sure.
So we'll say I'm at like 25 hours a Diablo a week.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot.
It's enough. That's a lot of time to be doing other things.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What are you at? Where do you think you're putting in?
So I would say at least, like, it depends, like, on my addiction level, honestly. Like, I'll just sacrifice more things. But sustainably, like, 6 hours weeknights, 8 to really 15 hours on weekends. So that's like, that's well over 40 hours.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So we'll say you're hardcore and I'm middle, upper class.
But I wouldn't even see, and that's the thing I see. Like, I would say I'm maybe upper middle, and like I see people like Quinn, right? Like if Quinn, he's a full-time guy. Like to me, those are those are hardcore people, right? People that can just play. Maybe they have trust fund, maybe they're a streamer, whatever. Those are the hardcore people, the people that will never be able to catch, because like we have other things, right?
Right.
So yeah, I don't know, but again, the categorization really isn't what I meant to.
Isn't
like,
the
bring
point?
up.
Yeah, it's just the pulse of it,
right?
Like, are we? Yeah, I think you're. I think you can even see this when you're streaming. Is you go through segments of, for an example, like people will come in my stream all the time, and they're like, "Yo, I just did my first 70. I did my first 90. I did my first 100." And then so to us, it's like, well, I did that 2 years ago or whatever, 3 years ago. But you see people getting those achievements, and you're like, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm happy for you. So I do think that the more you play and the better you get at the game, the more your bar raises for that, like that top tier. Sure. Like, okay, now I'm considering myself middle tier, where before I was middle tier still. So as I get better, I think the bar just goes up with me. So
right. To me, it's like it kind of sheds light on one. It's like, okay, the week after week where we see people say that this new D4 itemization thing, this 2.0 post, are like, oh, it's great, it's inspired, whatever, and it's probably a lot of this type of crowd, which I get. The thing that I think sucks, and that really won't have insight on, and maybe even never if Diablo 4 doesn't like kind of make the game more complicated, is like, so there's PoE and there's Diablo 3, right? So Diablo 3 is obviously way on the casual side of the spectrum, and PoE is insanely on the hardcore side of the spectrum, and we have nothing in the middle. So we really have no insight into, like, well, could these players, if it was explained well enough, like if we had this like perfect middle game between PoE and Diablo 3, like, is that too much? Is even that too much? Or
do people want it? So here's I guess another theory is like, Blizzard maybe has their sights set on the casual crowd, sure, and PoE's got their sights set on the hardcore crowd. Mm-hmm. If one of them shifts their sights a little bit to the middle, are they just going to miss and have no audience?
True.
You know what I mean?
Will there be balance in the force? Right.
Yeah. What if there is no middle ground here,
right,
and people are just like, this sucks. It's not casual enough, and it's not hardcore enough. So now we got nobody playing our game.
Yeah.
So
it's funny too, because we proposed this question in stream, and it's something I thought about a lot. Because again, to not keep quoting Riker, but Riker said, okay, 7 to 10 hours a week, I would consider myself like upper middle. If you played PoE for 7 to 10 hours a week, you would get nowhere. Like, you would. Maybe you could, if you were a skilled player, you would do all the things. But like, if you're someone that's like 7 to 10 hours a week, like it would be rough for you to like even like.
I think that feels bad though, because you gotta think that there's sure, a way larger number of people that don't have more than 10 hours a week, So I don't know. I think that PoE hopefully can. I was hoping PoE was gonna dumb down a little bit, or not dumb down.
Yeah, but that's what we're hoping from both. PoE would dumb down, and Diablo 4 would step up their game. But Diablo 4 went the other way, and PoE just like locked in,
doubled down on the hard. It's like they both doubled down on their audience, and maybe that's the thing. Maybe they just they know their fan base. They have metrics,
It's just it's such a dread, and I don't know if you get hit with it either. And I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy, but like it's just a legitimate fear that I pump all this time into Diablo, like building a Diablo, core audience and community, and then we just get hit with Diablo 4, and it's just like what you said, that fear with like the latest. Was it Forsaken Destiny or something? Where it's just like it was too shallow, right? Like it's more dangerous to be too shallow than like too deep or whatever. Yeah, and that's
what D2's launch was. Yeah, I'm scared that Diablo 4 is going to launch, and it's not going to be a real live service game. I want Diablo 4 to be a live service game. It doesn't mean MMO. It just means it's a constantly updated live service. They're going to keep generating money and keep having content. And I'm really scared that Diablo 4 is still this box product. It's still going to be like, here's Diablo 4. We put some MMO things in it, but we didn't really support it. And it's super casual, and you can play a little bit and get all the stuff you want, and here you go. And then, we're going to be playing it, and then 3 or 4 weeks into it, we're like, well, that was fun. Right. And I don't really have a lot to base anything on. I mean, the itemization stuff, to me, I have problems with it. And there were some things I liked about it, too. But I really want this game. I want them to, like, really embrace that live service. I want them to say, like, this is a live service. I don't think they have, at this point, commented on even.
Yeah, they said it's a platform. I mean, I've heard that. I thought David Kim was like, it's a platformer, and
is he going to say it's like a live service, continuous updates and
that's
things?
What I heard.
Okay, yeah. Maybe I blocked that out.
Sure.
But I hope that's what they double down on. Yeah. And if the complexity's there, nobody's going to stay. So it's got to be there somehow, or the grind. There's got to be a reason to keep playing and want to keep playing.
Right. Yeah. Please, more than Rifts and Greater Rifts. Like.
Yes.
And honestly, like, kind of branching into the next topic, which is the new PoE league. I keep going to try like a new PoE league, and I'm like, I don't know. I play the new Diablo season, and I'm like, fuck yeah, like, I miss Diablo. It's so good. And then I'll play the next season of PoE, and I'm like, fuck, like this is what a new league should be, right? Like this is crazy. Like there's all this new stuff to do. Like I feel not overwhelmed, but like, man, there's just so much content, and like it just puts all of its hooks in me, and I get so enthralled and just like addicted that like all my focus and thoughts are,
all right, so tell me about this league. All right, so what's the new stuff to do?
Oh my god. So this is like a bonus league, right? So we get 2 leagues in one basically, because they're overhauling the Atlas, which is huge. I still don't really understand it. And I think and there's some of the things the only negative things I would say is like there's like they don't give you enough information sometimes. Like you can't tell if like have I already cleared this map? There's no way of knowing without like opening up the Atlas and like searching out the map and being like, okay, there's the thing around it, right? That really sucks, and that makes like looking at the Atlas very, very clunky.
Okay.
And then the other thing is you don't auto pick up the new monster mats for Metamorph, and that makes like flying through a map like way slower because you have to stop all the time to pick stuff up. Whereas like if you have like a loot filter and you're kind of geared up, you know exactly what you're looking for, so you don't have to stop that much unless you see something that drops on your filter. Whereas like this new stuff, you're just spam clicking like all these mats, right? And so the new league mechanic is called Metamorph, and so it's like you kill things throughout the map, and it's kind of clever because it's built into. Like, it's crazy to me they keep finding things to do within their normal system, right? It's like, we had Rifts, right, in Diablo, and like Rifts and Greater Rifts, we say week after week, it's like this great base game, but you could definitely add to that. And so they keep finding things to fit into like Rifts, which is crazy, because you'd think they would just like run out of like, well, that's stupid. Like, I can't believe I had to do this in the Rift and whatever, but it just works. And so the thing is, like, so say you're in a Rift and, like, certain monsters drop, like, their parts, and then, like, you gather them all up, and it's just something that happens, like, as you're, like, kind of clearing. And, like, it's like a one map in PoE, right? Like, it's instead of going to Rift Floor 2, you're just in that one floor, and you're, like, guaranteed to finish, like, no matter what. There's not, like, a progress bar or anything like that. So, like, before you could just, like, kind of rush to the boss and, like, try to get his loot or, like, just, whatever's the most optimal path for you to just get through the map as fast as you can. But now it's like, well, now you kind of, like, if you full clear, you can get more this mob will drop this part, and it might be better than the part that you got along the way, right? So there's multiple parts, and then you can kind of construct it together at the end to spawn, like, a really pretty powerful boss. So powerful they killed me twice already.
In hardcore?
In hardcore, yeah. This is my first season playing hardcore, and it's brutal, man. It's fucking brutal. But anyway, so you spawn the Metamorph, and he drops some really good stuff, and you get to choose kind of what he drops, or at least the genre of stuff that he drops based on the parts that you put in him. So that's really cool. So if you're like, I really need, like, my weapons are shit. And you can be like, I want you to spam, like, chance to drop weapons when he dies.
Right.
Which is fucking great.
Yeah, that is cool.
Obviously, there's some really one-shotting mechanics with the Metamorph, and, you know, it is pretty tough. I think it's maybe a little overtuned, and they've definitely, I think, brought it back since day one, but it's super fun, and it's very organic. And then the thing that happens, so, like, based on the parts you put in, there's, like, a bar that fills up on the side, right? And then, like, how thick the bar is, basically, is how hard he's going to be. And then if you fill it, like, all the way, he'll drop, like,
thick boy.
He'll drop another part, and then you can use, like, those parts to, like, spawn a bigger guy. The problem is the bigger guy is, like, easier than the other guys right now, but it's still, like, a really good idea. And that guy drops just so much stuff that's really, really cool. So that's just this league's mechanic. So now, and then you've got, you know, Blight thrown in there and all the other leagues, and then there's a new Atlas. Go ahead.
All right. So before we get onto the new Atlas and stuff, now Zazarian had the hardcore SSF competition going.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about that for a second.
Yeah.
What do you think about it? Nobody's completed it yet, right?
Sure. No. The people have killed some of the new, like, I don't even know what they're called. The new Guardians. But yeah, no one's killed like the
guy.
Yeah, the guy.
Yeah. So that's the thing is you have to kill all of them to win.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And so nobody's done that yet.
No.
It's been out over a week, right?
Yep. Wait.
That's pretty cool, man.
Friday, right? Started Friday?
No, was it last Friday?
Today's this Friday.
Monday?
Yeah.
Was it this Friday?
Yeah, it was this Friday. 13th.
Okay, never mind. Yeah. Okay, so it hasn't been a week yet.
So a few more days.
A couple days.
Yeah.
A couple days. That's pretty interesting that nobody's beaten it. I thought it would be like 24 hours. Boom,
I don't think that anyone's even. I could be wrong. I don't think anyone's done I think people are dying to the Guardians still. I don't even think that anyone's
what does that mean?
So, like,
there's like tiers of bosses.
Yeah, I think that there's like the Guardians you can fight on red maps, and then I think if you kill them on red maps, maybe they drop a key to, like, the Awakener. I'm just guessing because I don't know. I don't know that there's any videos out there already or anything like that.
So when you start this fight, is it like death? Like, if you don't beat him, you die, or can you get out? Like, can you be like, oh shit, he's kicking my ass?
So there's log out macro, still, but
that sucks.
I mean, it's not saving people. Like, you know, people are ripping left and right. Like, you know, Quinn literally died right before we started the stream for the podcast. His second death. You know, Datmoz has died like 4 times or something. I died twice. Zez died like 4 times. Like, everyone's fucking dying, like, left and right. And the people that aren't dying are, like, playing it crazy. Like, they're not even doing the metamorph, right?
They're doing a crazy
They're
save.
skipping the new mechanic altogether, basically, and just, like, focusing on the bosses and
trying to gear up and stuff.
Right. Yeah. Which is the thing that killed it for me is, like, I died the second time, like, right before Kadala, which is, like, the end. Because I spawned a Metamorph, and the Metamorph is the only thing that killed me. I only died in the Metamorph both times. Mm-hmm. And that's so frustrating to me because, like, that's the new stuff, and that's what I really want to do. And so the best play, if I wanted to continue playing hardcore SSF, would just be to skip Metamorph and never do it again, which a lot of people are doing. But then it's like, man, I don't get to play, like, the new thing. Like, that's why I'm, like, playing, because I want to do the new stuff. So I ended up just going SSF and saying fuck it, but
no hardcore anymore.
But I might go back because I was actually having a lot of fun. It's just, like, it's so frustrating to just do the campaign.
So when you die, are you just? Is it like Diablo where you have your stash at least?
Yes, you have your stash of stuff. Obviously, anything on the character that died is gone. But you still have, like, your currency and, like, you know, you can be smart along the way and be like, wow, this is a really good item that I got for leveling. I just upgraded, I'm gonna save this last thing that I had. You know, just like you do in Diablo.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's brutal. It is brutal. But I, like, from a viewing, like, I keep seeing clips of other people dying, and I'm like, man, like, I want to do it again. But then
you're like,
it
I want to
happens
get this
to you.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck. Like, it's just so frustrating. I don't know. Yeah. Did you see my rip clips? Did you watch
I have
them?
not. Okay. I have not. I need to watch them though. How demoralizing is it? So when you rip, are
Yeah.
you just like fuck it end stream, or are you just like fire a new one up right there? Or are you like what? To me personally, I would just be like, well, I'm done for tonight. Like, I guess
Yeah,
it depends on how early
it's-
in the league it is. But
It was
I would
tough.
just
So
be
my
like,
first rip, like I dodged this crazy mechanic or this explosive mechanic, and then this fireball chased me down. I dodged that, like played super well, and then this boss like did a rapid fire move that I'd never ever seen before. He just cast rapid fire on me, like while I'm dodging all this other stuff, and it just like fucking barraged me, like just instantly one shot me. So like there was nothing, like I mean, there's really nothing I could have done. And then the second time I died, like I was just wrecking the game. I was like, oh my god.
I mean, they threw them up in chat. Throw it up real quick.
throw it. Okay.
Let's see it.
Yeah. And so, yeah, the first rep, I'm like, so here, I'll show you. These things pop up on the ground, and you can't stand in those, obviously, because like these, right? So I'm like, cool, chilling, dodging those, dodging the stuff the boss is throwing at me still. And then, boom, this guy dies over here, and he summons this fireball thing. And it won't go off until it, like, touches you.
It gets close to you.
Right.
Okay.
And then you have, like, a second to get out of that. So I dodge the big things. I dodge him. That blows up. And then, boom, the fucking boss just, like, casts this
What was that? It was
weird
like
rapid fire thing.
Yeah. What was hitting you? Was there two of them?
Like, it's this guy. He, like, missed me because, like, I have really high dodge. Like, my character has really high dodge. So he tries to melee me. He misses. And I wasn't really worried about him because he didn't hit that hard. But the boss in the background is just casting this, like, crazy channel ability that I've never seen before.
Yeah, I see it.
It just
spotting up.
fucking melts me instantly.
Done. Hold on, rewind it one more time. I want to see your. I wasn't watching your face. Now I want to see your. I want to see
I'm
the
focused
soul.
in.
I want to see the soul get sucked out of you.
Yeah, brutal. It's brutal.
Done.
Yeah.
Pretty nice, man. Pretty nice.
And then the second one, again, is like right before. Wait, that one didn't load?
Uh oh. Banned on Twitch.
Huh. Clip 2's not working, team. Can I do
Just
it?
broke.
Your clips are broken? Oh, shit. Never mind. But yeah, Rip 2 is just like. It's the same thing that Quinn died to. I mean, you've seen. Does anyone have Quinn's fucking rip? It's so funny. So Quinn. I'll just wait for chat to pull up. So the second time I died, it's like to this new thing where it's not a new thing. It's like sometimes when mobs die on certain maps, like their like soul jumps out of their body and then like comes after you, and it's like this ranged attack, and it hits really hard, but you like know it's coming because you hear this like like their screams kind of them. But he cast it like no one died. He just cast the ability.
Yeah.
And so like I didn't see it coming at all, and it just like instantly one shot me.
It's like blip.
Yeah. No, this is a new rip. So this is Quinn died the second time just before we started the stream. The old one, Chuck. But so he was fighting like a guy that just had 100% more AoE, and he fucking died. That guy is really, really hard though in Quinn's defense. And he's trying to fight two of them, basically at the same time. But yeah,
Pretty interesting.
It's really, really tough. Oh, maybe this is it. Yeah, so he was switching gems. So you know how sockets work, right?
Yeah.
So the links.
Yeah.
And so like certain links are better for like, you know, or certain gems are better for like single target. So he's like, he starts this boss up and he realized he didn't swap the gem. So he thinks he's got time because it takes like, there's this animation time for the guy to come in. Like the gas comes out and you're like, oh, I'm good. So he's like, okay, cool. I'm going to chill back here for a second, swatch gems, and the move comes in. Fucking one-shots him off screen. And that's exactly what killed me the second time.
Rip, dude. That's funny. It's one of those things, man, where somebody else's pain brings you joy.
Sure.
You know, like just when you see their face, you know, like you getting up out of that chair and just walking off, you just know.
Yeah.
Like you can feel the pain.
Yeah.
So
it feels
phenomenal, man. Phenomenal. So about the league so far, what other things did you want to touch on? Like what about the changes? So this is a bow league, right?
Yeah.
Are they buff bows? Do bows feel good? Is it a thing now or what?
Yeah. they buffed like bow skills kind of across the board besides tornado shot, which is like the one thing that was good before, but it was what everyone was playing. So they're like, well, let's kind of back it off because we want people to play other shit, which makes sense. I mean, yeah, they were all performing. So like Quinn, his character was like a guy that it's like a marauder, DH, or you just like summon the
sentries.
Sentries, yeah, and they're called like ballistas and PoE. It's like just like that. Except for like you're not casting anything, you're just like sitting there summoning the dudes, and that's how his character was built out. But like, yeah, they're good. All the skills are good. My plan was to make a bow and arrow character, but I was just having too much fun like playing my like basically my main build. It's like, let me explain it to you this way. So say, what's your favorite build in Diablo 3?
We'll say Natalia's strafe. Say a strafe build. Okay. Even though it's not even it's shit.
Like the original one where you like cast the Reina of Arrows down.
I personally like Legacy of Nightmares.
Okay. So strafe,
but whatever.
Sure. Yeah. So say poof, like the build was good again, right? And then tomorrow Diablo's like, we're coming out with new bosses and new maps and stuff like that, and like we're having a race, right?
Yeah.
Like you would probably want to go do it with like your most comfortable and like your most favorite build, right? And so that's what it's been for me. Like I just love like Venom Gyre so much that like I don't want to play anything else. So that's what's kind of I'm stuck in right now. But it's also like good on me honestly for like everyone's doing like a a bosser like or like a tried and true meta build for hardcore, and I'm like, no, I'm going in there with Venom Gyre, which is like, which is like terrible in comparison, but it's like it's what I want to play. But
that's funny,
yeah. But it's been fun, man. Get it. Yeah, man. Then there's a new Atlas, right? And so and I still haven't really figured it out.
What did they change? Like, I don't even really know the old one that much, but I did do a couple.
I really like
the
old one. Yeah. The Atlas is like what you hit when you hit the game and you bring up the map. And it's like all the things, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And I always thought it was fun, but I guess, I didn't play the game like every league. And so I'm sure it's like tiring to other people, but I always thought the Atlas was like really, really good. But so they reworked it completely. And so now like it makes sense because the new way they've done it is kind of like 5,000 IQ. Like it's 5 head. Like, so basically now you have like all the maps almost. Like you have way more maps at the start, whereas before you'd have like there's only like 4 maps you could do, and then those would like branch off into like 4 more maps, and you could upgrade them or whatever. And like progression felt a little slow because eventually, like if your character wasn't strong enough, like you just wouldn't be able to go into like the next tier map.
New stuff,
or sometimes you just wouldn't get the next tier map, and so you would be like, well, shit, I'm gonna try to grind the tier before it to try to get the next tier. But the way they've done it now is just like you can just like nonstop map and like progress your Atlas without even like upgrading to yellow maps at all, really, which is insane. So like it gives you like a better feeling of accomplishment early on, which I think is smart, like for like new players that can make it to the end game. That is, but yeah, so I think that's good. And then somehow like you fight. I've only done like 5 of them now, but you fight the Guardian guys, and they drop like a globe, and then you socket the globe into the Atlas itself, and it like upgrades all the maps in that quadrant to like yellow, the next tier, and so they become like tier 5 and above instead of like tier 1 through 5.
Cool. And you can pick where you use that globe.
Yes, and then there's like 4. This is what I don't understand. Still, I'm still trying to wrap my head around. So every type of Guardian drops their color globe, okay? And every socket in the Atlas, and there's a lot of them, right? For every quadrant, there's like a socket place, and there's 4 sockets in each quadrant. But there's only like 3 tiers of maps as we know it in PoE, right? So like after 3 globes, you'd be in red maps, and that's the highest that we've really done in PoE. And so then there's 4 sockets though. So that they go higher than like T3?
Maybe. You're going to have to get the sockets and juice it up, right?
Maybe. I don't know what's going on. And then will sockets ever have like stats on? I don't know. I think there's still so much, like ask me next week, but like there's still so much that I'm trying to wrap my head around. There is, again, my biggest complaint is like upgrading maps before, and I'm sure you did that. Did you ever sell 3 to get the next one in your Atlas?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, I just kept grinding the Atlas to get stuff,
right?
So I don't know.
So,
think so.
all you would do before is like you would be pointed to, like you would know if you sold these 3 maps, like it would upgrade to this map. Like that was very clear.
Okay.
And now it's like
Yeah.
you sell 3 maps and you don't know what the fuck you're gonna get, and that really sucks, especially for SSF. And the other thing is like you can't tell. Like, cool, I got a new map, and you couldn't tell before, but it was just easier to see. But like you got a new map, and it's like, do I have this one? Have I? Because you get completion bonus like for just doing all the maps. So that's really important. But you have to like search it out every time, and that's really really annoying.
Yeah, so maybe they can fix some UI.
But they
shit
already
with
came
that.
out and they said we're gonna fix the picking up of mats for the boss, the new Metamorph. Like they're gonna be auto pickup. Like, so don't worry about that. So that's great. So they're on it, and it's only been like 4 days, right? And they're always like, we're gonna give it to you this week. Like, don't even worry about it. So
That's cool.
yeah,
That's super cool.
it's been. I get the overwhelming piece, but man, it is really fun. I would recommend for anyone that's like thinking about it. It's free, up until a certain point, until you have to get the tabs. But
Yeah, you need the tab. I played to speak on that for a little bit. I only played it for like 2 weeks.
Yep.
And in the 2 weeks that I played it, like I wanted the tabs, and I had a good enough time. I didn't mind spending the money.
Sure.
I got to play it for free. I got to try it. I bought the tabs. I don't even really play much anymore, and I still don't regret spending the money for the tabs because the 2 weeks of entertainment was worth it. So yeah, it's free.
yeah,
Try it out.
I think that this is honestly the best league they've done. And just combining, like, we're seeing so many more good leagues overall, and then having all those leagues be in the game currently.
You're not losing the content every season.
Insane.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
There's so much to do, and it's like it's overwhelming how much stuff there is to do. But like, I can't say that in a negative way. I don't know. Maybe that's just like what I really like in games, but
Yeah, it's a choice. Like, well, what am I gonna do today? I need to do this. Well, crap. I also need to do that, and I need to do this.
Right.
But all of those choices are fun.
Right.
So I'm with you.
And
you know?
Quinn's like, there's so much micromanaging you have to do, but he's like, but that's like the best thing about this game, I think is what he said. So some people love that and some people don't. And I guess that's that big divide, right? The Diablo 3 and PoE divide.
But can they bridge that? Man, if Diablo 4 can bridge that?
I don't want to say this because like, I'm such a diehard Diablo person, but like every league I play PoE like more and more. And like it gets harder and harder to like, I mean, I get excited to make new builds in Diablo 3 when they make changes to the game. But like this particular season, all I want to do is play Necro, and Necro literally got nothing, like absolutely nothing.
Right.
And it's just like that feels bad. So, yeah. But again, hundreds of developers versus one. Like,
Yeah.
can't really complain at the end of the day. I love both games, but yeah.
Yeah.
PoE just puts its hooks, man. It's insane.
It's cool.
Yep.
I'm glad it's there for everybody to try. You know?
True.
But like we said, for free. So
everyone keeps asking me, even while I stream, they're like, when's P gonna play this game? People keep asking.
We can, we'll probably.
Yeah, come on, kill your own stream and stream PoE. Let's go, baby.
Let's do it, man. I mean, it doesn't matter. I can stream anything and do that.
Yeah.
Maybe. So PoE 2, I'm sure that's a long ways away. I'm sure I'll play before then a little bit, but for sure when 2 comes out, I think I'll have to jump in. But yeah, I think probably not this league, but next league, we got to see what's on the horizon for Diablo. If things, I don't know how much new classes. Like, so I took season 18 off for the most part with Diablo.
Right.
And I think that rejuvenated me for season 19. But if I grind season 19 out and then for season 20, we don't really get that much, just a seasonal theme change. I don't know if that's enough, so maybe we'll see. I'm going to have something to fill that gap, So the thing with PoE, I think that doesn't entice me as much is the group play. It doesn't seem like group play is as good as Diablo.
To me, it's terrible. Like, I play as a set, and I love that. So
I think that's kind of the one of the things. Like, I like playing with other people.
Sure.
Just like, hey, let's group up and kill shit.
I get it.
So
I mean, Dusky groups all the time. Like, you probably be better at than me, but
yeah, for sure. You got anything else, man? Anything that you hate this week?
You know,
Now we could jump into Twitter questions.
I don't want to skip it. Honestly, okay, I'm seeing this a little bit. So like gaming category or just like Twitch clicks, I guess. So like, Diablo, it's no secret. Like Diablo they have their like, a handful of streamers that they really like to work with, and they'll constantly retweet them or like,
Yep.
like their tweets and et cetera, et cetera. And it's very clear, who those people are. And it doesn't seem like there's a huge effort to like kind of branch out from those people and like discover new people and stuff like that, which I think is a shame. But I kind of see the same thing in Pee-wee. Like there's they do these really cool things where it's like there's these montages of like streamers like getting killed or, like just, big old things. And like, I feels like they're like actively going out of their way to like not include any of my clips in any of that. And I don't know. So I don't know if I need to like, rub elbows with somebody or whatever, but it seems a little weird to be like, top 10 in directory, but like just not even feature anything, but whatever.
Did you get somebody at Pee-wee to hate you already too?
Probably. Who knows, man?
Like what? What have you done?
But I mean, I don't know. I get it. I get the mentality because I've seen it like firsthand, right? Like I stream and I tend to be open to whoever, and then like someone new will rise up in the Diablo category, right? So some new streamer will come around and maybe get a ton of views, and and I get messages. I get messages from other Diablo streamers and like, oh, you see this guy rising up in the directory, like, whatever. Yeah, but it's so silly. I don't know, man. I don't get it. I just don't get it. And it's the same thing like you started streaming, and I remember people like, oh, ThaPChild, like he's done right. Like, but like I don't know. And then you like reached out to me, and I was like, "Yo, dude, what up?" Like, like I don't know. I just don't get into that mentality of like, ooh, like we need to protect us at the top of the directory and like only support each other. And I don't know.
I get that to an extent. My thing with that is it's all about character. If somebody has good character, then I like them. But it seems like, and I feel like this happens a lot with newer streamers, when you start to get a little bit of momentum, you start thinking your shit doesn't stink, and then you might start running your mouth. And like clips go around. People will be like, oh, did you hear what so-and-so said the other day? Or did you hear this or hear that? And so I see things sometimes and I'm just like, man, that's shitty. That makes me think less of that person.
Yeah.
So I think as long as people are honest and cool and nice up front, then dude, I'm all about it. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I agree 100% with the clicky stuff.
Yeah.
It definitely happens, And I've been on both sides of it, man. I've been on the side where it's like I'm included, and I've been on the side where I'm excluded. And so it's like, oh, that sucks. But
I've never been on the includes. What is it like? No, I mean, I don't really care. I don't know. Like people are always like, oh, this new streamer's talking shit on me. I'm like, I don't care. Like what's I talk shit all the time. Like I don't care. I don't know. Maybe I'm not the best person to ask, but I try not to like care. I don't know. If new people are coming to your directory and new people are watching X person, like it's good for you because like that's more people in your directory that might stick around after that streamer leaves. I don't know. I don't really care. So
right, yeah, 100%. I agree with that. My thing is people are going to watch who they want to watch. Mm-hmm. So if you're on and the other person's on and they're watching him over you, they like him more. It's okay. Like it's like him. You saying fuck that guy doesn't make that viewer not watch him and
like,
watch
he's
you.
Right.
Yeah, like,
but some people probably do. Like if they're like, oh.
Well, maybe if you have enough influence and you're like, this guy's a douche. But I would hope that people are just going to make their own assumptions. Sure. They're going to go in, and so that's kind of how I look at it. But the other part to that is just like Diablo 3 has cheating. I don't know, man. I just feel like in lots of things there are people that try to manipulate the systems. It's like if you're going to get the notoriety, do it legit, earn it. Don't
like view bot.
Don't. Don't view bot it. Don't, host for host or follow for follow. Like that shit's stupid to me. It's like, come on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I had someone come in like, you never host like people that don't host you or whatever. I'm like, that's so not fucking true. But at the same time, it's like, well, you want to repay the favor. Like, I don't think it was like, oh, host for host or return on investment or whatever. But like, say, Bloodshed hosts me. Like, I never get to host Bloodshed. So if the opportunity arises that I get to, like, I'm gonna go for it. Like, because he's done it to me, right?
It's
like,
the same. And it's like, I don't like. We could be like, well, why don't you guys are on the new meta? Why don't you and Fluff host each other every night? You know what I'm saying? It's just like. Dude, all of my viewers know Fluff. Sure. Every single person in my stream knows who he is. So if I go host Fluff, like his view count goes up by 2, because most of you guys are already in his stream anyway.
Both streams up. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like it doesn't. It's awesome when it happens, but more often than not, it doesn't really benefit. So I try to use mine at least for people that I'm like, oh, this guy seems cool. Let's get him some exposure if I can. You know what I mean?
Same.
So, I don't know. Anyways, so that's, Fluff hates clicks. There you go.
Internet clicks, I guess.
Internet clicks.
Be open-minded, team. So
yeah, we got some Twitter questions.
Let's do it.
Do it up. If you guys want to submit questions for the podcast, you can submit them at ThaPChild or at Lord_Fluffy. You can join our Discords. The links are in the YouTube video, or you can find them in our Twitch chats. Just !Discord. The first question comes from Wolfcrier.
Wolfcrier
says,
"What's that new?
What build did ThaPChild play when he played PoE?"
I'll take this
Cyclone
one.
build.
I'm surprised you remember. Good job.
I played Cyclone, man.
Yeah, Cyclone.
It was OP.
It's Legion,
it was broken.
So Cyclone's very, very good. Still very, very good. But Legion, it was insane.
Yeah, it was good.
That's a great starter build. I still say it's a great starter build. So you go minions or Cyclone, you can't go wrong. It's definitely
it was easy to
Yeah.
It's like Whirlwind. It's like easy to play, and it was it lets you focus on other things. I think, but it was my PoE experience was pretty awesome because for the most part, Fluff was guiding me. He's like, "Here's the build you want," and then as soon as I had questions, we were in Discord, and I was just like, "Yo, hey, how does this work?" And then you could explain it to me, or my chat could explain it to me, So that's it was ridiculously helpful because we're like, well, I was like, I only played for 2 weeks. Like, oh, so you're in Act 1? I'm like, no, I mean, I completed the campaign, but it's just
That's something that I think like people don't think maybe I'm a good resource because I'm a Diablo streamer. So people are like, oh, like if I ask him a question, you probably won't know the answer, but I probably will, or if I'll know how to get the answer. So like that's something like our chat kind of dies a little bit when we play PoE because I feel like people are afraid to ask questions, but. Do it. Yeah,
it's definitely got me through the game super fast with a good build. So Stretch 3281. This is kind of an odd question. He says, in Jedi Fallen Order, how many of those stupid scout troopers do I have to kill before I get past the big fan?
What game? What are you asking? Is that an ARPG?
Jedi Fallen is a phenomenal game. I don't know what you're talking about. Use the Force to freeze the fan, walk through it. I don't know what else to tell you. Baller game, though, but he must have saw me playing some of that. Coop says, if the D4 devs came to you guys and asked for an idea for Endgame, what would you tell them? Endgame idea.
I'd be like, go look at PoE. But then I would say, well, like, you want me to come up with something? Because I would gladly do that. But I would need a little bit of time to think.
Yeah, that's super on the spots. I would say Greater Rifts is such a good idea. They should put that in the game.
Get out of here. Just literally
just
turn off your... Can I just... we'll just do this. We're done.
I've been erased. Let's see. I don't. It's hard to think of something that's amazing right off the top of my head without putting some. Some effort
my first knee-jerk response would be like, go look at PoE real quick. They got 17 things to do in that game. Just like steal one of them.
Yeah.
Which people said they did. Like they're like, oh, kill streak, that's Rampage League. I'm like, well, it's fucking kill streaks. Like every game has kill streaks.
Every game has kill streaks. Yeah.
So, but again, I don't care if they do steal. So they're like, next league it's Abyss. Like, great, cool. I can't wait.
Yeah, I think, I don't know. Off the top of my head, like I want to say like some kind of of reputation systems in place too, but that can go to a very bad place really quick. So you'd have to iron out details on how you wanted it to go. But I think in-game reputations that would be linked somehow to different.
What a World
things.
of Warcraft player.
Yeah.
Golly.
I'm so MMO. You know. Night. Well, we'll think about that though. Maybe we can answer that next week.
You want dailies too now? Oh my god.
Dailies. No, we already have bounties. Fuck that. Nightwolf says PoE playthrough when. I'm assuming this is directed at me.
Okay.
This has got to be directed at me.
Maybe he's being toxic and saying it to me.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe next league.
What? What?
If it looks good.
So I just gave this league a solid seal of approval worth trying out, and you're just like, oh, maybe next league.
Yeah, I got to burn out on D3 really hard, and then once I burn out,
okay.
I'm like, all right, I need something new.
Cool.
We'll do it.
Cool.
Demonic Grizz says, what is your favorite holiday and why? Going with the Christmas theme.
You go first.
Okay.
So I can shit on your answer.
Yeah, right. Fluff hates every holidays. They're just going to put holidays on there. Every holiday. It's hard for me to pick between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Thanksgiving is really cool to me because my family always gets together, and that in itself just brings good memories. But in general, though, you know, as a kid, like Christmas is awesome as a kid.
Sure.
You know, you get so excited for it, and then as an adult, you get to, if you have kids, you get to spoil your kids and see their faces, and it's cool, and just do holiday traditions, and like we put our Christmas tree up. And to be honest with you, man, I don't really like putting the Christmas tree up. It's not a super fun activity. But when you look back at it, like the next day, it was like, that's a time where my whole family was together doing something, and it was fun. So I'm going to have to say Christmas, but man, Thanksgiving is like, I could flip-flop. Flip-flop that. So
Thanksgiving is literally my least favorite holiday.
Yeah, because we're a fat American.
Yeah.
I think we've talked about this.
Let's eat.
Let's go eat some food.
Obviously, my favorite holiday, national holiday, is my birthday, which is this week, by the way, team.
When is your birthday? I knew it was coming up soon. Is it tomorrow?
It's the 19th is my birthday.
Oh, I was off a day.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, New Year's. It's got to be New Year's. It's just a cool day, I think, because it's like a day of like reflection and looking forward, if that makes sense. So I always like to spend New Year's somewhere else, and then I'm like reflect on my year and like what was great. Not necessarily because I'm not the kind of guy that like dwells on negative shit. So like something bad happened this year, like whatever, like I just drop it. But I like look back on all the fucking awesome things. Like I do like almost a video montage in my own head of like all the awesome things of the year. And yeah, and then what's next year? Like this year is fucking great. Like what a great year. What a great year. What's next year? And then let's get fucking drunk. Let's go. Let's get drunk, go party.
Yeah. Okay. I can't argue.
It's a great
that.
holiday, man. Just a great holiday.
I can't argue that. Where are you going this year? Do you have it planned out?
Shanghai.
What?
Yep.
China?
Yep.
Damn.
Lindsay's never been. I went back in 2014, and
did you get a free Hong Kong shirt?
you know, I should have, but
I should have too.
I know it was a free shirt.
I'm so
actually,
stupid. I should have got that shirt.
And
I
they
don't know why.
offered one.
I'm so mad at myself
And
too.
I
they're like
said
free
no.
shirt, and I said no. I did too. I'm like, fuck.
And then like
I
left,
regretted
and I was
that.
like, damn,
Yeah, me
it's
too.
a free fucking shirt, and like it would have been funny and topical.
Could have wore my free Hong Kong shirt
know.
on streams and shit.
But I was just like, at the same time, I was like, man, Blizzard probably wouldn't like that if I had that walking around, and then Mari like in their fucking. But then I should have just fucking done it because they hate me no matter what, anyways.
Could have wore your free Hong Kong shirt on Shanghai.
yeah, I did.
You know.
But yeah, man,
Disappear.
it's a dope city. It's a ton of fun. Should be a lot of fun for New Year's. I mean, so here's the thing. I got super fucking cheap tickets because I don't know if you know, but someone like got trampled, or several people got trampled last year, and they died.
What?
Yeah.
In Shanghai?
In Shanghai, yeah, they do like a big like. I think they do. I couldn't find any information on it, but they think they do like a big laser light and fireworks show around Shanghai. Like Shanghai skyline's beauty. So like they do a big thing, and so I think people were gathered around to see it, and then I think someone shot a gun, but I think they found out later it was fireworks, but it caused like mass scare and confusion, and then people like got trampled and they died. So I got a great deal on flights to go across.
Well, it was
the
nice
planet.
knowing you, man. The
Yeah.
podcast is amazing. I'm glad we get Llama
What?
on the podcast.
Little Asian people
before
are not
you
going
go
to
get
trample
killed.
me. Get out of here. Be like, what are you trying to do?
You're going to be the giant
Yeah.
at 5'6".
I really
the giant
am.
at 5'6".
A giant over there, which you didn't think, because I'm not short, but I'm not fucking tall, but I'm a fucking
5'6",
giant.
Chet.
Shit, I'm 6'8". But yeah,
He's no wolf crier.
no, I'm not. But yeah, like I went in 2014. I was like, I tower. You just tower over people over there. It's a real thing. But yeah, it should be a really good time. Looking forward to it.
Cool. That's exciting. Let's see. What else do we have? Where did we leave off? There we go. Hex says, so every guest has picked bacon.
Untrue.
When will Fluff admit that bacon is superior? It is true. Brevik picked bacon. You were wrong.
No,
dude.
he didn't.
You were totally
Clip
wrong
it.
about that.
Clip it.
We do have clips, actually.
Fake news.
So, anyways,
Because
when
we're
is
okay.
Fluff gonna
You could
admit
ask the
bacon's
question.
better?
You could next time I'm gonna ask the question. Okay.
Okay.
Because the question wasn't originally, oh, do you like sausage
It's
or bacon
just
better?
sausage
no,
or bacon.
No.
It's just
the original question was you can only have one for the rest of your fucking life. Right?
No, I don't think that
Yes,
was the
it
original.
was.
The question is sausage or bacon.
You have to choose between sausage or bacon, and that's the only thing you get to have. You can't have the other one ever again. That's the question. It's not just do you like which one do you like better, sausage or bacon?
Next week we're gonna have a ThaPChild hates cheaters segment. That's what we're gonna have.
Yeah.
No. Okay. We'll see. You know, we're gonna have to dig and go through. I don't even know when this started, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Super early episodes.
Probably when you're like really struggling.
Yeah,
right at the
to
start.
find content.
Yeah. Like,
Right.
how should we fill the schedule? Yeah.
I don't know. Let's just talk about bacon.
Do you? I don't really remember. Like, you would think that at the beginning, I remember it wasn't too awkward, but like it was never really awkward between us. I feel like there's always that like awkwardness, like when
The
you're.
first episode's a little cringy if you go back and watch it, just a little bit. But yeah,
I need
like
to.
my camera was facing the wrong way, and
Sweet ass.
like I'm like talking in the wall. But it's
But it wasn't really any awkwardness between us, which was really weird.
I think we gelled pretty fast.
Yeah.
I think that's why it worked. And I think we were both committed to it, which obviously we're
Still
80
here.
episodes in almost.
Yeah.
So I think that's the
Idiots.
biggest thing. I think there are a lot of people that would be like, yeah, dude, I want to do it. And then when it comes down to it, like they don't want to put any work in.
No.
They're just like, but both of us are like, dude, we spend time. Like we do the schedules, we do the questions, we work on our audio quality, work on our video quality, like so much behind the scenes that I don't think a lot of people would commit to.
No.
So, and we were, shit, man, it took us like 2 months before we got the first episode out. I think we planned and strategized for like 2 months. Like we did logos and we did.
Yeah, the
like,
fucking
let's
Fiverr
test
guy.
Oh my God,
forever,
dude.
man. Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
and the logo's still kind of like,
man.
it's
yeah.
yeah.
Yo,
it's
if there's
okay.
anyone really good at Photoshop and you guys want to make us like a new thing, like a really cool thing, we might turn it down, so don't get offended. But like,
yeah, if you do something really awesome, like
we're not stuck to
up.
the one we have. It was on Fiverr, and it was like,
It was like
cost
$10.
$15. Yeah, I don't know.
Sounds stupid. But yeah, so we had to think of the name. Like there was a lot of planning and stuff. And then we actually mapped out like, dude, the first week we'll talk about this, and the second week this, and the third week this.
Right.
And that shit got destroyed. And I think we did like the first 2 or 3 weeks, and then we're like, you know what? Let's break schedule.
Right.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Dirty Nap says, what is the best non-gaming Christmas gift you've ever gotten? All my favorite ones are gaming gifts, man.
Same shit.
I'm assuming I'm gonna throw streaming stuff in that category too. So I'm searching hard here. I'm thinking. I'm going back through all the. I can tell you the most disappointed I ever was from like so when I had a girlfriend and I was like I hinted at her that I wanted a Dreamcast back when Dreamcast first came out. This was like the Dreamcast thing. And she was like, well, like, what do you want? She was from a kind of well-off family. You know what I mean? So
Sure. She played that. Smart.
Yeah, she played that,
You played that.
And no, she played that. And so I'm like, I hinted, and then so she's like, I got that. She's like, I got you a present. You're gonna love it. Like all this shit. Like just hyped it up. So Christmas Day comes, and I'm like, I mean, I don't know why I was like, she's gonna get me a Dreamcast, you know? And I open up the present, and I swear to God, dude, it was a Austin Powers blacklight poster, a blacklight,
Were you
and then
pothead?
like, no, man, and like this light
Blacklight
that
poster.
like it was like a light that it was like in the shape of a glass, like a big cup, and it had it spun and it like projected things like through little holes. It was like a blacklight setup, I guess, with shit. And I was like, I'm like, how the fuck is this a good gift? I didn't say this, I was like, thank you, normal, But in my mind, I'm thinking, I've been saying I wanted to dream. I've been dropping Dreamcast hints for like 2 months, easy. And you're like, I got this. You're gonna be surprised, and you got me a blacklight. I went out and bought a Dreamcast the next day. I mean, I was like, fuck this.
You were
I'm done.
banking on it and didn't come through.
I was banking on it, so I went and bought it. So that's the worst one. Like the most disappointed I ever was. What do you got? Do you have a best gift?
In my adult life, I've really driven home, please don't fucking get me anything. So, I mean, I really can't remember the last time I was like, wow. Because I don't want I just don't. If I want something, I just go get it. Like, I don't.
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah.
It's hard to get me gifts because I pretty much buy myself everything
Sure.
I ever wanted anyways. So
Yeah. And I just never want anything. So it's like real easy to. So I really can't remember like a gift. I can't even remember a gift.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I think my brother helped chip in and got me a 3-wheeler one time. I'm gonna say that. I'm pretty sure. Like it wasn't all him. It wasn't all him. And it was like, so we grew up in the country. We ride ATVs all the time. And so I had a dirt bike, and the dirt bike was a piece of shit. And he had a 3-wheeler that I really liked. And so he bought me the same 3-wheeler that he had. But 3-wheelers are like illegal, like everywhere, I think.
Right,
so
yeah.
they stopped making them. So like 3-wheelers are kind of old if you have one. So it was, it was an older 3-wheeler, but it was cool, man. It was a good time. I wrecked the shit out of it and got like super injured like the same day or the next day or something. But it was an awesome gift.
Nice.
So, all right. And the last question that we have, this actually comes from me. My question is, do you like eggnog? There is a huge divide. There's like the eggnog crowd and the non-eggnog crowd.
Like this is a good question, because it's like Christmas rolls around, and if like someone were to bring me like a cup, I guess I'd be like, oh yeah, what's eggnog taste like again? And then I try it, and I'm like, oh, that's like, that's just too thick and that's gross. But I've never like instantly reject it.
It depends on the brand. There are different brands.
Oh, okay. So we have an eggnog lover, I think.
Yeah. No. Not really. I do like it. I do like it, and I don't know that much about it. But there are some brands that this shit is so thick that you're like, and if it's too thick, you can water it down with milk. Like I'll mix milk in like half and half, and then it's good. But yeah, there are some brands that aren't quite as thick. I don't know what they are, but I actually do like it. I'm an eggnog fan.
Yeah.
Sit down.
It's just thick. It's just so thick.
So it is thick.
It's it's really sweet. It's super sweet as well. But that's probably like how you drink your coffee every morning. So it's like,
do I have any left?
If you guys didn't like, so you tweeted at, we talked about it on one of the podcasts, and ThaPChild tweeted his coffee at me, like his morning coffee, and it was fucking white. It was snow fucking white.
No, it was not. That's your monitor, man. You must have a really shitty monitor or something, dude.
It was white as fuck.
It's like a 60-40 mix, 60% coffee, 40%
It looked
creamer.
like coffee flavored milk.
Yeah,
like
maybe. Yeah,
you make a chocolate milk and maybe you just like put no syrup in it. That's what it looked like.
Don't hate on my coffee, man. Hey, at least I'm not drinking it black,
Yeah, at least you're not a psycho. That's true.
At least I'm not a psycho.
You just might be a little bit of a lush. That's all.
Yeah. I like my creamer, man. So, funny story. This is the last story.
Okay.
And we'll get out of here. I ran out of coffee creamer.
Okay.
And it was Friday night, and my wife was she was gonna go run. My son wanted to go somewhere. She's gonna take him. I'm like, hey, will you give me some coffee creamer? She's like, yeah, sure. So she's like, I go to the store just for you. I'm like, thanks, babe. Love you. So next day I get up, I go, I start making some coffee, and I opened up the fridge, and there is a container of powdered coffee creamer in the fridge.
In the fridge.
And in the fridge.
Naturally.
Like in the fridge. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like I always buy the liquid, creamers. And I'm like, I take it upstairs. I'm like, babe, did you buy this for me? And she's like, is that not the right stuff? I'm like, I said French vanilla coffee creamer. I look at it and I'm like, I guess it's the right stuff, but yeah. So I was so I instantly just jumped in the car and went to the store and bought some.
What? I need the difference?
Some coffee.
It's creamer.
It's different.
I like if I make an iced coffee, I prefer the powdered stuff because it
really
dilutes it less than the creamer. Because creamer just like makes it milky.
Okay. That's.
But I don't have coffee flavored milk. So my neighbors
no taste buds either.
Like they have like 7 cartons of like half and half on hand because they just like dump it in in their coffee. Like
really?
It's just bizarre. Like you go to their house and it's just like they got one of those refrigerators where you can like tap it. You can see inside of it. And he's like tap it.
Like one of the smart fridges.
Half and half. Like all it's in their fridge.
So if you make coffee, do you put creamer in it? If you have non-sweetened creamer, do you add sugar too?
I add a little stevia and then I add a little bit of creamer. So it's not like white.
Stevia is the fake sugar? Is that the pink one?
That's the good one. It's the green one, I think. Yeah. The one that won't kill you, maybe. But
right. Drinking stevia and going to China too.
What's in your creamer?
Life, man?
You got? I assume you said French vanilla. So that makes me think that it's blue. Is that right? It's blue on the outside.
The Coffee Mate makes a blue one. Yeah. I mean, there's International Delights. There's Wide Awake. There's a.
Which one do you like?
If I had my choice, it's from a company called Wide Awake.
Oh, okay.
But
what's in it?
I'll drink International or no. I don't think it's just
check it out.
French vanilla.
Get back to
sugar.
Me. Just get back to me next week.
Is there aspartame in it?
Is there?
That's the fake sugar, right?
Yeah.
Aspartame's the shit that goes in diet sodas and stuff too. Yeah.
And fake is.
I know what you're talking about.
Fake sweet.
Yeah. No. I only use. I'm sure it's sugar. I'm sure it's like
just baked in sugar.
Yeah, I'm sure it's just baked. That's
Sure.
It's the stay fat. It's the stay fat creamer. You know what I mean?
It's better than the sugar-free shit. Well, we should talk about that for Fluff Hates. Didn't we already do that? Was that the first one? I think that was the first one.
I don't know.
Actually. The fake sweet.
But sugar-free? No, I don't think we have. We'll have to get that up.
Shit. That's a whole podcast.
That's the whole. All right. We've gone over this one anyways. Peace out, dudes. Thanks for asking your questions. If you want to submit questions to the podcast, follow us on Twitter at ThaPChild, at Lord_Fluffy. You want to find more of me at ThaPChild everywhere. YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, all those places.
Yeah. I'm Lord_Fluffy. Double those underscores on the Twitter. We'll see you guys next Monday with Mr. Llama.
Next Monday.
The face of Diablo 2. And we're just going to go to town with some debates.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be a good one. Don't miss it.
Trade, all of it. It's going to be good. We'll see you guys. Peace out.
Peace.